Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another video here. In this one, we're going to dive into a Thursday Night Football showdown slate over here on Draftkings. It's going to be a pretty good one. We have the Kansas City Chiefs going to Denver playing the Broncos in Mile High. I can't wait to jump into this one with y'all. Thank you so much, as always, for the support. It's been amazing lately. And without further ado, if you have not already, please do leave a like on this video. I greatly appreciate it, as always. And if you have any DraftKings, FanDuel, Yahoo, doesn't matter what DFS site or if it's a season-long fantasy question, please leave it in the comment section below. I'm happy to give y'all advice when I can. Real quick, I am going to show you, to start off the video, how I'm going to be approaching cash games tonight. I feel like there's a couple good ways to go. The way I'm feeling most confident right now is definitely going to be Phillip Lindsay in the captain spot. I mentioned it when the Colts Chiefs were on a primetime game. Marlon Mack was one of my favorite plays. I can't say Phillip Lindsay is any different. I think that he is going to be a monster tonight. He's just been getting more volume, obviously, than Royce Freeman has, and he's been pretty consistent as of these last two games. Had a little bit of a drop-off in that Week 4 game against Jacksonville, but they've been pretty tough against the run, surprisingly. So I definitely am looking to put Phillip Lindsay in my captain spot in cash. I know he's not going to be nearly as high owned as Patrick Mahomes will be in captain, but trust me, we would never fade Mahomes in cash. I would definitely plug him in below. And then probably plug in, honestly, both kickers in Mile High are always in play with the altitude. Both of these guys can make a 60-plus yard field goal tonight, and that's a lot of points. So both kickers definitely in play for me in cash. And then I would probably look for like Travis Kelce, Courtland Sutton, or something along those lines. But I do want to talk more about how I'm going to be attacking tournaments tonight. I'm honestly okay with that lineup in some GPPs too, because you don't have Mahomes in captain. Obviously, Tyreek Hill is going to have a pretty tough matchup against this Denver secondary, but he's Tyreek Hill. He can always have that boom bust type of game. So I would be kind of weary on how much Tyreek Hill I play in the captain spot. I mean, you're going to want a lineup or two maybe with Hill in captain spot in tournaments, but I'm not going to be basing my whole night saying I want Tyreek Hill to do really well. I mean, I guess if he does, then you hit. So I guess it is okay if you really think about it like that. But a couple guys I'm really looking to target and captain are going to be Travis Kelce, number one, who has just not had an end zone sort of a game yet that we've kind of, I don't know, we got used to it last year where Travis Kelce was just an end zone kind of beast. And he's only had that one touchdown this year, which is surprising. I think he's going to find the end zone one or multiple times tonight. So I do like Travis Kelce a lot as my tournament. He's my favorite play of the night for tournaments, I would say, by quite a bit. It is kind of hard to fit in everybody else that I want around him, though. If we were to go Kelce, another really, really good contrarian play I like tonight is going to be Royce Freeman, who I mentioned is getting a little bit less volume than Phillip Lindsay, but this is a really, really good spot for Royce Freeman to kind of do what we thought he was going to do last year, at least what I thought he was going to do. Royce Freeman, he's playing one of the worst run defenses in the league at home on a primetime game. If he wants any shot at taking a lead role in that backfield, this is a really good opportunity for him to do it. I'm going a little bit down narrative street there, but at the same time, I love Royce Freeman tonight. I don't think you have to fade Lindsay if you're playing Royce Freeman. I think playing both of them might actually benefit you. Hope that Freeman gets the touchdowns and that Lindsay gets the yards, or they both get both in an ideal world. I cannot get behind a Patrick Mahomes fade tonight. There's a lot of slates like this where I look to fade one of these big guys. It just doesn't make sense to me to fade somebody like Patrick Mahomes. I mean, a lot of the time, like if on the Green Bay game, I talked about fading Rodgers and fading Aaron Jones. And it kind of worked out. Rodgers ended up getting a little bit of the scrap points there at the end of the game for the win. But like up until that very last second, it was looking like the best decision of my life. And turns out it was still a good decision, still worked out, but it just wasn't that super, I guess, ideal situation because Aaron Rodgers still put up like 20 fantasy points. But this is just not a game where I think fading Patrick Mahomes is a thought. Like, I just don't even think you should think about it. I think he's just a lock in pretty much all formats. And then once you plug him in, there is a pretty weird misprice, I think, on Emmanuel Sanders. I know he's been a bust these past 2 weeks, but playing in a game where, they're going to be trailing. I expect Kansas City to win the game. The sharp money's on the under, so a lot of people are, I guess the Sharks they're not thinking that this is going to be a very high-scoring game. But Denver's going to have to throw the ball. We've talked about the running backs and how they are in just really, really good spots and positions. This is definitely a game where the running backs are going to hopefully do a lot of the early work. Hopefully they start trailing by 3 to 7 points. So the running backs are still involved, and it doesn't turn into a Kansas City blowout because then Phillip Lindsay and Royce Freeman, other than catches out of the backfield, won't do anything, and it'll just be guys like Emmanuel Sanders and Courtland Sutton. Courtland Sutton, by the way, I think he has the highest percentage of air yards from his team than any receiver in the NFL. I think that was a stat I was reading yesterday. He's just a beast. He's huge. I think he's like 6'4", 6'5", but I mean, he's just a big dude. He's athletic, and he's actually been a really, really consistent red zone target for Joe Flacco. It's hard to put your bread and butter on Joe Flacco because he's Joe Flacco, but I do like Courtland Sutton quite a bit. I think he's in a really good spot. These Kansas City running backs with Damian Williams, LeSean McCoy, pretty much the only two that are worth talking about. Take your pick if you really want to play them. I'm not really on them, even though Denver got torched by Leonard Fournette. I'm just not in love with either one of these guys. I just don't think it's a big Damian Williams game. I could see LeSean McCoy, actually. I think I would prefer LeSean McCoy tonight. Damian Williams obviously has the starting role in that backfield, but I think LeSean McCoy's just got the touchdown upside that Damian Williams lacks. So I feel like when they get the ball on the end goal, they're going to be looking for LeSean McCoy. Andy Reid, he's got a little bit of a bias, I think, for LeSean McCoy from back in Philly. And then obviously Sammy Watkins has been ruled out. That's going to be a boost to Demarcus Robinson and Byron Pringle. What's Pringle? 2,800 for Byron Pringle. If he gets the start tonight in 3 wide receiver sets, I don't know, will he? Hold up. Let's see. We got Sammy Watkins out, Tyreek Hill, Robinson, and Mecole Hardman. So yeah, he's going to be he'll definitely be getting some looks tonight. I don't think Byron Pringle's a must play though. With Hill back, because Hill's back, he's going to be kind of the fourth in that rotation. So I don't think he's a must play. I would prefer to go somewhere like Noah Fant for 600 more. Fant's been getting looks lately. He had 1 target 2 weeks ago, I believe. Yeah, against the Chargers. But other than that, though, he has been getting 3 or 4 targets a game. And in a game where they're likely going to have to throw it, he's a pretty good play as well. I'm in love with Travis Kelce at captain tonight. I think that's by far my favorite tournament play. Royce Freeman obviously being a good pivot with or without Lindsey. I think that this is kind of what I'm going to be looking at tonight. I'm okay with taking out Lindsey even and going Sutton. I think a lot of people are going to be on Phillip Lindsay. I think fading Phillip Lindsay might be one of your best bets, and here I am telling you that after I said he's going to be my cash game captain. He is the safest play, I think, for cash games as of right now. But I will save my full lineups for my members as always. I hope this video helped y'all out. And then I mentioned at the start of the video, the support really has been great lately. So feel free to leave some comments below and let me know if there's anything that you think I can improve on. I am happy to take any constructive criticism into consideration. So thanks, guys. Good luck tonight, and I will see y'all tomorrow with my cash game locks for Sunday.